I'm Lindsay Ballou. I'm the Senior Section 106 Reviewer for the Choctaw Nation Historic Preservation Department. So the Section 106 process came about from the National Historic Preservation Act that was passed in 1966. We were losing landmarks at a really high rate in this country, and so they made the preservation laws like the Antiquities Act and others to preserve these places of historic significance. So today we use this law in the National Register of Historic Places to provide eligibility for protection of historic and sacred sites, cultural sites. In the beginning, it did not include tribes. It was later amended and tribes were brought in on the consultation process. So there are several different reasons why we consult for Section 106 for archaeological sites and cultural and religious sacred sites. Some of which would be to keep our culture alive, to protect what our ancestors left for us for today and for the future. We get to come to the table with federal agencies on a government-to-government basis as a sovereign nation, and we represent what's going to be happening in the process. Now, the process involves consultation, and the law states meaningful consultation. And that is when we work with federal agencies on any ground disturbing projects. The state historic preservation officers who review these projects for each individual state. There's initial consultation that is sent out by the federal agency. At that point, the federal agency will wait for our response. We have a 30-day window that we can get a response back to the federal agency, either issuing a finding of no properties affected, or we can ask for additional information, which will start the process over again. And we keep going through this process until we are able to come to a conclusion that both sides are satisfied with to protect any historic properties, sacred sites. We come to the conclusion that we can protect them as best as possible. So the Choctaw Nation has a 9-state area of historic interest, and we have 4 reviewers that work on these projects. I personally review the projects in Mississippi and Louisiana. Karen Downen reviews the projects in Alabama. Madison Curry reviews the projects in Arkansas, Oklahoma, a portion of Tennessee, and in a portion of Texas. And then Vanjie Robinson does our cell tower reviews, which are still part of the Section 106 process. They're just handled a little differently, but she does all the reviews in the 9 states for those cell towers. Unfortunately, you can't save everything, but you go into it with the attitude that you're going to try to save whatever you can. I would like archaeologists to know that we're still here. We still have a culture, we're still living, and we are thriving as Choctaw people, and we are able to take the responsibility of protecting these sites and being able to work right beside them. You know, Native cultures have been studied for centuries now, and we sometimes lose track and lose the big picture of we're actual people, and we still live, and these sites are still important to us. So when the law says a good faith, reasonable and good faith effort and meaningful consultation, that means treating us as a partner, as a sovereign nation, and not just something that's going to get in your way and hinder your progress.